Hi there. Today I'm going to show you a great brain teaser question, and the answer as well, that involves a set of encyclopedias. So that means, encyclopedias that have more than one volume, which they usually do. And we're looking there at my bookshelf, and on the bookshelf is 4 volumes of a family encyclopedia. So we've got volume 1, A to C, volume 2, C to I, volume 3, I to P, and then volume 4, P to Z. And each one of those volumes is approximately 2 centimetres wide, or if you're talking in feet and inches, each one of those volumes is around about 3/4 of an inch wide. And I've just had a look at those encyclopedias, and I know that the first one starts from the first entry in the A to C section is the Aboriginal Australians, is the first one. And the last section in the P to Z is zoos. And so the question then is, how far apart are the pages from Aboriginal Australia to the zoos pages at the end of the encyclopedia? So how far apart are they, either in centimetres or in inches? Now, if you'd like to think about the answer, then click on the pause button in the bottom left hand corner. Otherwise, I'm going to go straight into the answer. And the obvious answer is that those 2 pages are going to be, well, 4 times the width of each book, which is 4 times 2 centimetres is 8 centimetres. So they're going to be around about 8 centimetres apart would be your obvious answer. And then in inches, if you're following in inches, then it's going to be 4 times 3/4 of an inch, which is roughly about 3 inches, or it's coming a little bit over 3 inches there, but it'll be around about 3 inches. So obvious answer, either 8 centimetres or 3 inches. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually put a post-it note in the first book and in the last book on those pages, one for Aboriginal Australia and a post-it note on the zoos page, and then you'll see exactly how far apart those 2 pages are. Okay, so here's the first volume, the A to C volume, and I'll open that up and I'll find the first entry, which is for Aboriginal Australians, and I'll put a little post-it note about there like that on the first page of the first volume for, or the first entry for the first volume for Aboriginal Australians. Put that to one side, and now I'm getting the last volume, the P to Z, volume 4, and I'll open that up to the last entry, which is on Z for zoos, and I'll take a post-it note for there, and I'll pop that at the end there to mark the Z for zoos on the last entry for this 4-volume encyclopedia. And now I'll just return those volumes to the shelf. Okay, so I'll return those 2 volumes to the shelf, and then we'll see exactly how far apart Aboriginal Australians and zoos really are. So there's the first volume, A to C. There's the bookmark there at the beginning of the book for Aboriginal Australia. So I'll pop that on the shelf. And then there's the 4th volume, the last volume, and there's the bookmark at the end of the book for the zoos page. So pop that on the shelf, and then you can see there that in actual fact those pages are a lot closer together than you would have first expected. So if I just turn that over like that so you can see it a little bit clearly, you can see there that the first page is actually sitting at the beginning of the book, but that is actually there as the beginning of the book, and then the last page of the book is actually there on the page. So obviously the obvious answer is that those 2 pages should be 8 centimetres apart, or 3 inches roughly, but in actual fact they are around about 5 centimetres apart. It's allowing for a little extra thickness there in that spine, for that cover of the volumes, around about 5 centimetres apart, or about 2 inches apart is the actual answer. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.